Hey guys, and I'm here and I just want to talk about the books that I'm planning on reading in the month of June. I just want to say that my TBRs do not always reflect anything close to what I actually read. So, let's get into it. So, it's already the 4th. It's the 4th. So, I have actually already read a couple of books this month. The books that I am planning on reading are I plan on finishing The Dark Artifices by Cassandra Clare if I can get my hold on Queen of Air and Darkness, because it's on hold and nobody's returning it. And I'm like, just return it so I can read it, because if you have read Lord of Shadows, the end of that does not leave room for waiting. I don't have room to wait. Watch me just play with my hands now. Boo 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 doo doo. I'm sorry. So anyways, yeah, so I plan on finishing The Dark Artifices. I'm also currently in the middle of reading the Bane Chronicles, and then once I finish the Bane Chronicles, I will read the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. And I really want to read The Ghost of the Shadow Market, but I really don't want to get it on ebook, and so it's a problem, but I'll probably read the ebook. I just really don't like reading ebooks as much as I like reading regular books or audiobooks. I really love audiobooks because they're super simple and I can read them while I'm driving, while I'm working. While physical books, I really like reading them because I like reading and I really enjoy it. I like being able to put my own voice to it. But ebooks, I have to read them on my phone and it just doesn't work, which brings me to the ebook that I already read, but it's part of June, so it's going to be in my TBR video, and then it'll be in my wrap-up. I read Piper by J. Asher, which is a good book. I really liked it, I guess. It wasn't what I expected from J. Asher, because I'm used to every story that I've read from J. Asher has been just so amazing, and I absolutely love them, and they do have some sentimental value to me as well, in addition to just loving the story. They were recommended to me by someone special. But this one, it was interesting. It was the Pied Piper retelling. It was interesting. I haven't read the Pied Piper, so maybe I would understand more the take on it if I actually knew the story. I'd understand the different take on it, but it was just kind of the story of the Pied Piper. Then I would really, really like to get to How to Train Your Dragon and Michael Vey. But the problem is that I haven't been reading any physical books because I don't like reading a physical book and then stopping in the middle and reading another one and then going back to that. So I like to just read them all the way through and just finish them. Well, right now I am in the middle of Salt and Stone by Victoria Scott, which I love this series. I read it when I was 16, 15 or 16, and I loved the series so much. Well, now I'm reading it, and there are things that I'm not a little teenage girl anymore. So there are things in there that, I still enjoy the story, but there are things that just frustrate me. The main character and the love interest just have the worst freaking communication, and it would be fine if their communication was something that was easily worked through, but their communication is a problem and lives are on the line and people are dying because they suck at communicating. It's just kind of, the premise of the story is people die, so that's not really a spoiler alert. It's advertised as the Hunger Games mixed with Pokemon, which I don't completely agree with that. It's kind of, I feel like Pokemon are cuter and the Hunger Games is a little bit different. Like, it's not everyone has to die, but people are gonna die, that kind of thing. I'm not spoiling anything. That's all in the synopsis of the first book. So people are gonna die. It happens. I'm sorry. So if I would just really like to get through that. It's just not my favorite anymore. I enjoyed it, and I do want to see how it ends, because a lot of the times I continue to read books because I want to know how they end. I know how this ends. I've read it before, But another thing that's a big issue with continuing reading it is that the very ending of the book, like the very ending of the book, the series, everything has not been published and will not be published because the publishers have not signed on for a third book. And so we've heard that, she's going to try and publish an ebook. She's figuring it out, which is 100% not her fault. However, waiting for the ending is the way that the second book ends, if I remember it correctly, is just really frustrating to not just be able to go right into the next book. I spent a long time researching when this book would come out, and then finally when I came across that, I was like, wow, for years I've been waiting for this. Like, I was 16, 15, I'm 20 now. I mean, I know that's not that much, but 4 or 5 years, it's a long time to wait for a conclusion to the story. So getting through this book is very difficult, so reading other physical books has not really been much of an option for me. So now I'm just kind of waiting. I do plan on finishing it. I just need to get the time and just sit down and do it and just push through it. I also, as far as graphic novels go, I read 2 last month. I've already read 1 this month. Getting through Piper was also difficult just because it was on an ebook format, and with my phone it was very hard to see the screen, so it was very frustrating trying to read it and understand the story. But that was nothing to do with the book itself. That was just having an ebook format, an EMAT for book. Yes. I'm sorry. It's a good thing that I don't have a bunch of subscribers to my channel yet, because I can put in a little bit less effort. I know that sounds terrible, but right now I don't have all of the proper equipment, and my laptop is at work, so I can't even edit the videos, and I don't know how to edit them really well. I know how to edit them kind of crappily, which I'm learning. It's a learning process, but at least not a lot of people watch it yet. Hopeful, yes. So then I really do want to read How to Train Your Dragon and my Michael Vey. If I could, what is it? Michael. I'm dumb. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit weird. Anyways, so I would like to read those this month. I also I'm going to try to listen to the audiobooks for The People of Sparks. That's the next City of Ember. That one I have it checked out, but I'm really wanting, even though I have more time to read the Cassandra Clare books, I really, really want to finish those, so I might have to recheck that out and get it at another time. Then the other books I plan on continuing where I'm at in the Guardians of Ga'Hoole. I also plan on reading Aragon. Yes, I am super excited. My friend recommended it to me, and he asked me to read it, and I was like, yes, and immediately I put it on hold, and I just got it a couple days ago, and I'm like, yes, Aragon. I'm gonna read it. It is gonna be great, and I'm so excited. Anyways, so that's basically what my plans are. If I get to How to Train Your Dragon and Michael Vey, I'll read those. Guardians of Ga'Hoole, finishing not the Mortal Instruments, finishing the Dark Artifices. And before anyone asks, I will not be going and reading Chain of The Last Hours. Not yet, because if I know me and my previous experience in these past couple months with Cassandra Clare books, I can't wait for that shit. And if I start reading The Last Hours now, I am going to literally lose my mind waiting for it. So I find it better to finish everything that's come out completed. And then when the next books come out and they're all completed, when the last book in The Last Hours comes out, I'll read the first 2, and then right when it comes out, I'll just read it literally right then and there and be so happy. But until then, which I know that's 2022, until then I will have to be happy with the dark artifices up until that point, because I can't put myself through that weight. And then already it's giving me so much torture that I know that the Wicked Powers is coming out, and it doesn't even start until 2022, and that is devastating. I understand that number one, Cassandra Clare has to write the books, and number two, she has to go through the publishing process, the editing process. I understand that, but dear Lord, give them to me sooner, because oh my God, I just want so much, like the whole Shadow World, just all of it. I just all want it. Reading the Bane Chronicles so far, I've James Herondale and Edmund Herondale. They're so the Herondales. I don't care. I don't care. The Herondales make the series. The only person who I find better than the Herondales is Magnus Bane. I love all of them. But they are my favorite. Like the Herondale, every single time a Herondale comes on into those pages, every single time, they just literally, like, the sass is amazing. Actually, though, I was reading The Lord of Shadows, and I literally had to stop and just die, because I'm gonna say this line, and hopefully you guys don't find it as a spoiler, because, like, it's between Zara and Kieran, and Zara's like, it's bad enough that you demean your angelic blood, because angelic blood with a downworlder, but why do you have to force it on the rest of us? And Kieran just goes, you all have to sleep with Magnus Bane? How exciting for you. And I literally just died. Like, I died. Okay, I am gonna go. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video and me being a little bit of a weirdo. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!